Hi, I am going to be showing you how I created my digital notebook. I will also post the link to the video I used to use this. I've changed a few things and done a few things different, so that's why I'm going to do it. So this is my digital notebook. Some of the benefits of digital notebooks is you don't have to worry about your kids bringing them back from a house that might have COVID or they forgot it at home or whatever. You can set it to where it is available offline so they can, if they are digital learners and they don't have internet or very good internet, they can always come to the school, download it, and then they can still manipulate it and do the notes and activities and things like that. So I'm just going to give you a quick preview of my notebook, and then I'm going to show you how to do some of the basic parts of a notebook, like starting from scratch. So this is my unit 1, and I am doing one notebook per unit, and I have 7 units. So my first unit is space. So you can actually do it just from this, or you can present it. It works either way. So some of the things that you can see is I have my composition book, and I have written Unit 1 space, and then I did table of contents, essential standards, notes, activities, and glossary. So if you click on something, like if you wanted to click the table of contents, it will take you to the table of contents. If you want to click on essential standards, it will take you to the essential standards. Now, in the table of contents, it says click page 2, because I actually have 2 pages. It will take you down. You can always just hit your back button to go back. I have also linked all of these to the thing. So if we're like, hey, I'm going to be doing some more space notes, click on it. There it is. Well, how I am going to do this is I am going to be uploading a Screencastify video of my notes on some more space notes. I'm going to record it and I'm going to upload it, and then the kids will be able to follow along with my Google Slides on some more space notes and insert the words. Now, in order for them to, and if you click on the activities, which are down here, so like the drag and drops, they can't click on this when it's in present mode. So we're going to get out of present mode, and you need to come in here and they can actually then change this. So like last quarter moons over here, and you got the first quarter, and they can change it like that. Now, how I set this up, it looks difficult. I will say it is time consuming. I can even send you this one and you can change it to how you want. But what I did was I actually made this one, and for my next units, I just made a copy of this one and named it Unit 2, and then Unit 2 Earth Science, and then I just changed some things around. So how I did this, I'm going to go up here. You're going to start a new presentation. The biggest thing that you need to do is to get your master slides done. So whenever you have a master slide, if you'll notice on here, like they can move these, but they can't click on this. Like this is not clickable. They can't move them. Same with anything else. So like on these, they could type in the words, insert word here, but okay, they can't move the notes. The notes cannot move. And the way you do that is by creating them in Master View. So what you're going to do is you're going to go up to start with a blank presentation, name it whatever you want. I just call this one practice. So what you're going to do is you are going to go to View, and then down here you're going to click on Master. You're going to get all of these layouts. Now, I don't like having all these layouts for one very good reason, is that I don't like them and I don't need them. So I actually just get rid of them. So just highlight them all and just hit backspace to delete them, or delete to delete them. Doesn't matter. Just get rid of them. Give it a sec. My computer's a little slow sometimes. Say that and then it's not going to delete. Come on, delete. Oh, there it went. Maybe I have to delete them individually. I can't remember. I did this like a month ago. Okay, so I'm just going to delete all these. Okay, just under the layouts. Get rid of that one. Delete it. Oh, it's not letting me because there's stuff there. I'm going to delete that one. Okay, so what you need to do is start with a blank slide. So to create your notebook, what you need to do is insert a notebook. And the best way I have found to do this is just go to Google and type in transparent transparent composition notebook cover. That works. Right, and then you're just going to pick one. So let's say you want to do this pretty blue one right here. Okay, yes, that's beautiful. I want to do this pretty blue one. And you're just going to copy this, copy image, and paste it on this slide. Now you need to make it big enough so that you can see it. So you've got all these awesome little tools, and one of the tools up here is the crop. So you just need, oops, I didn't even grab it. I grabbed the little black part. You're going to crop it, and then you're going to crop it, and you're going to crop it, and you're going to crop it. Okay. Then you need to blow it up so that you can, it will be on a full page. That, and I want it to be a little bit longer, so I'm actually going to pull this down. I'm actually going to get rid of some of that bottom because I'm going to crop some of that bottom out so that you can see the words at the top a little bit more. So I'm going to crop that up to like right there, maybe. There we go. Okay. We're going to pull that down, and there is my notebook. If you don't like that one, you can always make it bigger. You can make it smaller. You can do whatever you want. So the next thing you see I have on the first slide is I do have tabs. So we're going to create some tabs. To create tabs, you just need to insert, shape, and then pick a shape you like. So if you want to do that one or anything that you like tab-wise, you can even do this little round-looking one. And you're going to create a tab. Now, there's our tab. I'm going to do that. And then you can just copy and paste it. Control-C, Control-V. Control-C, Control-V. And you can have as many tabs as you want. And the good thing about this not taking up the whole page is you can make it bigger. So if you want to add more, I mean, that's fine. It's digital. It doesn't matter as long as it's still on the page. Now, if you want it to look cleaner, what I like to do is to pull it over. And some people want to do this. Some people don't. It's not a big deal. But if you want to make it a little cleaner, you can actually highlight all of these. Oop, not the whole. I just want to copy that one. And that one, and that one, and that one. And then you can actually right click and it'll say order, and you're going to send to back. And now it looks like they are actually in the notebook. You can even get really fancy and you can actually go up here to format options, and you can add a drop shadow, which makes it look like it's kind of 3D, which is kind of cool. So you can do a little drop shadow, and now it looks a little 3D. So yay, there's our tabs. All right, so there's your first page. I wouldn't type anything else on this unless you want to. If you want to insert a text box, and we can call it practice notebook. Practice notebook. And you can make that however you want. There is that. So there is practice notebook. Okay, so that is our first slide. Now let's create another layout. The next layout I am going to do is a table of contents. And I don't know if you want a table of contents. Some people do, some people don't. But I'm just going to show you how I created mine. You're going to insert just kidding. We're going to go here, and we're going to go to Control-M to add a page. There it is. Get rid of that because we don't need it. And we need some notebook paper. You don't have to add notebook paper, but since you're doing a notebook, it might be good to do some notebook paper. So we're going to type in transparent notebook paper. And there's some. We can use this. Not like that. And I didn't mean to click on it, but we're going to right-click, copy image, go back to our practice notebook, and paste the image like this. Ta-da! Now you have a notebook. So one of the hardest parts and one of the most tedious and just time-consuming parts is making sure that this tab is on every slide. So what I do generally is, like, once you get it named, so like if I want to do this first one, I want to name it table of contents. And you can make it a little bigger. I don't know why it says tablet, table of contents. You can call this one, I don't know, notes. Or you can do vocabulary, glossary, okay, and then activities. There we go. So what I like to do is, my shift key is not wanting to work. So what I do is I actually, once again, highlight all of them. So shift, if you hold shift and then click on the things you want, copy them, then you can paste them. And that way you're not having to make 1,000 copies of these. Now, because this is the table of contents, we kind of need it to be on the top. But you can take this and you can send these to the back so it looks like it's further in the notebook. So that would be right click, order, send to back. And you can move the whole thing over if it's too much. There you go. So now it's on every page and everything is lined up. So there is that page. Now, to create a table of content, I just inserted a table. And I made it as big as I could. I don't know how many I got on here. Let me see. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I've got 11 things. And I don't know why I clicked on that. Didn't mean to do that. Delete the whole thing. We're going to insert double table with 11 doolollies. There we go. All right. So now you can change this and all that, and you can insert a text box up here and call it the table of, I'm having a hard time spelling today, of contents. This is, what did I call this? I called that page description. I have this one called pages. All right. And then you can make those bold, highlight. Y'all know how to do all that jazz, so I'm not going to worry too much about it, but y'all can do all of that. All right, so then what I did was, as I went throughout, I would insert a shape. That's a rectangle, this. And we'll have this first page is called like notes. You can just say notes. Notes. Okay, and make the background transparent so you can see that line, you can see that notebook through it, and make the line transparent, practice notes, and we'll say that's going to be on page 3. Okay. Now, I was a little extra, and I'll just say that I actually wrote the pages at the bottom, but I wanted to be able to use the different things. So you don't have to put the pages. You could just put the page descriptions if you want to. So that way you don't have to worry about it's on the right page or them looking for it. You can just put the page description. I actually might do that later on. If you want to change your background color so that it's easier to see, a lot of times one of the things I like to do is to create a darker color and then make your table of contents tab a lighter color of that same color, whatever. There you go. The only thing is, if you do it here, make sure it's on that front page. Like, go ahead and manipulate everything you need on this front page before you start copying your tabs. So there's that. So that's our next page. Let's do one more, and then we'll put the notebook together. So let's insert a layout, Control M, and we're going to do the same background. You can just hit Control. You can do paste. And let's say we want to, I'm going to go ahead and make this notes a different color as well so I can show you how I did that. Do notes. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to copy, shift, hold, click the first one, then you hold shift and then click, click, click. Control C to copy. Control V to paste. Because this is not a table of contents, I'm going to send that to the back. Order, send to back. Same thing with this one and that one. I'm going to send to the back. Okay, can send to the back. All right, so now we have our notes. Now because notes is pink, I'm going to change my background to be a little bit of a pink, so it kind of helps them visually to see that, oh, okay, we're in pink. That's notes. So the way that I did my notes is I actually went in and I made a master page for every one of my notes. Now, I was lucky in the fact that my notes are already digital, because I print out a note sheet. When I had handheld notebooks, I would print out a note sheet and they would fill it in as I was talking about it. But I just copied and pasted that and put that on there. But you can do your notes any way you want. If you want to leave it blank, you could put, so if you're a math person or if you're somebody that wants them to handwrite it, you can actually insert a thing. So if you wanted to do handwriting notes, you can insert a text box, and you can say practice notes and make it as big as you want. Okay, let's highlight that. Practice notes. And we're going to go up here, and we're going to go over here. We're going to go down. There we go. All right, so practice notes. So you can either insert a text box like this and you can just same thing with anything else you are creating. You can add bullets. So practice notes. The 3 phases of matter are, and then you would just do blank, blank, and blank. And then they could follow along with their notes. So there is that. Those are the 3 phases of matter. Or if you're somebody that's like, I want them to write their notes. I think they need to handwrite them down. I think that gets into their memory better. You can always have a spot where you can insert you can actually insert a shape like this. And oops, didn't we do that? Insert a, I swear I'm not this spazzy. I really am. You can insert a shape here, and you could call it, you can actually say, add a picture of the notes you have taken. You have taken. And then they can actually, and I have a video on how to take a picture with their Chromebooks and with their phones that I'm uploading to my YouTube channel that you can see as well. So you can either do it this way or this way. Now, what I would do is, now to get out of Master View, you need to come over here and you just need to click on the left and it goes away. So then when you click over here where it says new slide, you see where it says new slide with layout? So you're going to click that and you're going to add your blank. And you can name these. I didn't name them. Like if you go to view master, you can name this, rename. We can call it notebook. And you hit OK. So there's notebook. And then you can add it. So we've got that one included. Then we need to add our custom layout, which I would call the table of contents. And then you need to add that custom layout. So the way that I have the insert words, I literally just made a insert. I inserted a shape again, and I made the box shape, and I just did this, and then I wrote insert word here, made it transparent, made that transparent. I highlighted this whole thing, and then I made it a different color, and it could be whatever color you want. Do purple, doesn't matter. Made it a little bold. And then you're like, oh, it's going to be a pain. No, just copy and paste. So I have 3 blanks. And you can move it over there like that. And then you have it over here like that. So now if you'll notice, the kids won't be able to move this, but they can insert there. So that is how I did all the things. So that's how I even did. I'm going to show you all my copies, and it's going to look like a lot. But once again, this was a while that I took, and the first one I think just takes a lot longer because you're learning how to do it. So if you notice, like there's my first layout. There's my second one. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Like I have a lot of note sheets because that's just how I wanted to do it. I'm going to show you how to insert a video here in a minute. And then comment video and things that I don't want them to write. But anything you don't want them to move or change, you do it in master view. Move action, there's that, notes, notes, notes. And then all of these drag and drops, like I can manipulate them, but the kids cannot. And how I did my glossary was I did term, definition, picture, and use it in a sentence. And I went ahead and typed the words in so that the kids could not move the words or delete them or anything like that. So once you have this, you might want to know how to insert a link. So let me show you how to do that link. What you're going to do, and links look really hard, but they're actually pretty simple. So you're going to insert a shape again. You're going to lose a lot of insert shapes. Insert a shape, and you're going to pick the shape that's the same shape. Pick the shape, the same shape as your tab. So like I did this one. So then you're going to highlight this whole thing. Oop, let's do it. Let's go to the first page. So you're going to highlight this whole thing, cover up the whole thing. Okay. And then you're going to click on it and you hit Control K. And it's going to bring up this link. And if you notice, it says slides in this presentation. So then you're just going to click. We're wanting to link that to table of contents. So we're wanting to link to slide 2. Apply it. And then you're going to get rid of this. So you're going to make it transparent. Make the box transparent. Make the line transparent. So now when they click on it, it does it. And what's the nice thing is, once you get this link, you can actually copy it and go to every slide and paste it on that tab. So now it doesn't matter what tab you have, it's still going to do the link. So you don't have to do it on every slide. So now if we're presenting this and I want to go to table of contents, it doesn't matter where you are, it'll take you to the table of contents. So same thing with this one. You just insert another shape. Insert another shape like this. And Control K. And I want to link this to slide. Let's see. I want to link this. Oops. No. Why is that? Here, let me try that again. I think I accidentally clicked Control K. Slides in this presentation. I want to go to slide 3. So just scroll down till you can see slide 3. It's down there. Apply it. Make it transparent. Make it transparent. Copy it. And I would do my links after you have all of your pages. I mean, you don't have to. For lack of being easier, I just think it's easier to do it that way. So now it doesn't matter where you are. If you're here and you want to go to notes, it'll take you to that first note sheet. Same thing in your table of contents. If you look on mine, my links are clickable. So you can click anywhere on here. And this is actually clickable as well. So the kids you can click on it and it will take them to another page. But if you want to go to this page or something, planet list, you can see that's clickable. So all I did here was after I got my table of contents filled in, and you don't have to fill it in. I wanted to go ahead and fill it in because I think that, one, it would be less of a headache to try to teach them how to do that. You could just leave it blank and they could just fill in the page descriptions as you go. It's their choice, your choice as the teacher, but I didn't, because I always fill in my table of contents for my kids on the big notebook, on my big table of contents in my classroom. So that's why I just went ahead and did it on here. So then once again, if you're wanting to insert shape, pick that box, highlight the whole thing or whatever you want it to go to, Control K, and I want to link this to page 3, slide 3 as well. Apply it, transparent, transparent, and now it is linked. So that is some things you can do. Now, if you are wanting to insert a video, and I want to show you a couple things real quick with that video. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to add just another note page. So Control, and you can actually, if you want like this note page, you can actually just Control and paste that whole thing again. It'll make a separate copy and call it something else. But you can then delete this. Practice notes video. Okay. And if you want them to write in, I try to give them an activity that they need to do about the video. Like if you look in mine right here, if you scroll down, it says, let me find it down here. You like see right here, it says 2 facts you learned from the video. So I actually am going to just steal that right here. Okay, so there's 2 facts you learned from the video. So let's say that I want to show a video on something. It doesn't matter what. But you don't want to add it here because the kids won't be able to rewind it and fast forward it and everything. But we're going to call this, we're going to insert it. Insert that custom layout. Insert. And then you can just go to video. You can do by URL, like if you have it up here, you can type it in. So let's say I want to learn something about, I don't know, Bitmoji classes. And then just hit that. And you're like, and if you have one already saved, you can just copy the URL and put it in there. But let's say, oh, I want to learn how to do a Bitmoji classroom. And then you can hit select. And it will create the video. And it will automatically insert it. Now, there's some options over here. You can actually start it. So if you're doing a video and you're like, oh, I only want them to watch from here to here, you can actually change the time or cut it short, whatever you want to. The nice thing about inserting the videos is you won't see the ones on the right-hand side, so they can click on it again. It's automatically in there. You can also have it if it's autoplay when presenting, meaning you can, if they're in presentation mode, you can have them automatically present. But and you can resize it. Like this is a little big. You can make it a little smaller, so now you can still see the title and everything like that. So there is my video. And if you're worried about, I don't know if a video can play because it still needs to be approved through Miss Anissa Roberts, you can, at least for the middle school, you can go up here to click these 3 dots and hit incognito window and it'll make it black. And now you're looking at it as a student. So that means if you go back over here and you want to see if this video can play, you can actually take the URL, you can look for it, and you can insert it into this. And if it plays, then you're good. If it doesn't play, then you need to get Miss Roberts to unblock it for you. So there is that. Sorry, let me get back. Woo. Okay. So, oh my goodness. You see everything I've been buying. You see my thing. There it is. All right. So now that is in there, we can exit out of here. And then you can insert, you're like, well, I need a place for them to type in their 2 facts. I like to always just do shapes because that's just easier for me. So you can have them do, and you can type it in write 1 fact here. And you can make this go up to the top. Okay. And then I just copy this whole thing. Go and paste it. And you can put the other one there. And then write 1 fact here, and then you can change your number to 2. You can change your bulleting number system if you right click it, restart numbering system, and change that to 2. Okay, so that is your basic how to do your notebooks. And you can make these whatever color you want. You can do anything you need to. And once again, I don't mind to have mine available. If anybody wants to look at it, I can email it to you. And I have questions on, there is a couple questions on how do you get this to students. So what I'm going to do is I am going to, in my Google Classroom, I'm going to assign it to each person. You know, when you do an assignment, it's like make a copy for each student. I'm going to do that. I'm also going to try to I'm going to learn, that's one of my goals this week, is to learn how to do Google folders so that I have access to what's in their folders and I can see it at anything. There is a extension called Slip and Slide where you can actually insert slides to all your students after they've made copies. I just downloaded it, so I have to play with it to see how it works. But as soon as I figure it out, I will make another video. But if you have any questions, I know that's kind of fast, just let me know. And if you need help with anything, once again, I'm here to help. All right, guys, y'all have a wonderful week, and we'll talk to you later.